Hey folks, this is Brian. I'm taking a little break between quizzes and papers from my class. Try and de-stress a little bit. Um, Going back over the Far Horizons campaign that I'm playing in. At this point, I think I'm going to start doing some. My PC's name is Dylnnn. Some Dylnn's personal logs. And I'll jump in and out of that as I try to decipher and change some stuff around. It's going to be a bit confusing for this one because my notes are just a mess. But at least I took notes. Okay, so Dylnn's personal log. Begin. We had to contact Lee to get the mining laser in order to clear the cave in. There are children that are missing. The tunnel down in the high-speed tubes collapsed. And so we were using the mining laser to drill down to a spur. It's kind of funny as we're trying to do grav lifts down that so we have hitting a wall and spinning around. That kind of thing happens. We do find down in the tunnel thermal tracks. They're heading towards a city, I believe, to the north of here. Vanessa, the captain of the party, did some kind of weird mystic mumbo jumbo kind of stuff, and then took off. Follow me. And it turns out there was a giant spider. Excuse me. It's like a huge giant spider thing that was following, probably one of the bugs, following the rescue party, but there's no sign of the children. But interestingly, there are more of those cave paintings down here. The world here, we have found, the party, before I got connected and involved, had found a number of things on the planet here. One being that the polar cap has some ancient civilization there that is way above our technology, our current technology. So I mentioned these hypertubes, they're subsurface hypertubes. They're connecting to all these different city centers across the whole planet. Vanessa has this sword, which is not unusual, but there's something odd about it. It's either very ancient or of alien construct. It's just weird. There is an elevator shaft that they found before they found me, and they had previously been down there and done something. They won't talk much about it, but the ship sensors identified what it estimated as being a tactical nuke going off down at the bottom of the shaft. It's about 300 feet below the surface. So we we cruise over there and go down and check it out. There are energy discharges all along the tube towards the surface. Okay, we get down the shaft, and there's these huge not bulkhead doors, massive security type doors, right? The kind of government has to block off dark ops areas underground kind of thing. But anyway, there's an increased level of radiation down here, and these things are buckled. Something did happen down here. So we go back to the surface. We help evacuate the village, get them further south. And the ship is able to sense some motion in the tubes. I believe going towards a military base north of here. I mentioned before that these guys were a little weird. Dr. Phil, he made this sculpture out of chocolate. That's some kind of like a little winged dragon kind of thing. And I think he put it on the top of the ship and was like waiting for somebody to come and eat it or something. I don't know what's going on. We did get a debrief by the security officer after a little incident with the old woman, and he was asking some weird stuff, especially of Vanessa. Like, did she tell you what she did to you? She didn't give you any of those bloody drugs, did she? And Vanessa mentioned that the old woman said, "Oh, I think you've done enough." So there is some weird stuff going on here. The this movement thing that's been occurring is coming to a surface. We go to investigate, and what burrows out of the earth here is this humongous monstrosity of a machine. I can only guess it might be a tank of some kind. But whatever it is, it's, again, technology way beyond us. It hacked our ship's computer, is using a satellite to access communications, and we did get a chance to actually talk to it. It calls itself River, and the voice that comes off sounds like an adolescent female. I don't know what's going on with that, but end personal log. Okay, guys, if you've ever read the book Bolo or played Steve Jackson's Ogre games, that's what this thing was, a planetary siege machine. Crazy stuff. Okay, is there anything else I can share off the rack here? It looks like my notes have taken a diversion. So we're going to go back to the party investigating the missing children down the tubes. A begin log. Okay, we did find some dead folks. I assume these rescuer guys that were down here earlier, but they were back the other way. As we're tracking the children, I'm assuming so, with Vanessa's whatever she's doing, we do find spider markings on the ceiling and a train derailment and obstruction up ahead. There are bodies down here. They are ancient, desiccated, just dried up to nothing. According to their uniforms, they were Hyperloop engineers. We also find another one of these spider creatures, one of these arachnoid bug things, but there's something really strange about it. It didn't seem conscious, more mechanical, just reacting to a subroutine kind of deal, defend the location. Spider tracks do go over and into the train. We find a tunnel to what I'm going to define as a bug highway. Obviously, the arachnids have been here and they had their own means, location, methods of transportation down here underground. We do find an altar. I find a room. Pardon, we find a room and it had an altar. And then we get attacked by one of these giant spider things. We take care of it, fairly quick. I don't think anybody got. I don't believe anybody was seriously hurt. But we do find a hidden entrance underneath this altar. There's writings on it, and it looks to be like some kind of spider worship has been going on here. But down underneath the altar, there's a fusion generator and a scanner dampener, so you can't detect it, which is interesting stuff. Somebody finds a hidden safe, and there's some kind of ceremonial daggers, like a twisted blade kind of thing. When I twist, I mean spiral. And we also find a hidden garage that goes back to the Hyperloop. All kinds of interconnection down here. There's some kind of mention about an underdeep that leads to a passage to hell that the demons come from. I think that's part of the writing that was on the altar. But as we're investigating and scanning, taking readings and stuff, this bug highway that we found is much older than the Hyperloop is. So maybe the bugs were here before what these lost colony guys, hundreds of years ago, kind of deal. We continue down the Hyperloop. There's some obstruction. The tunnel splits. There's a Hyperloop repair vehicle there. There are some sensor logs that we're able to tap into that show massive radiation that happened about 325 years ago. Inside the train, we found on a person's what looks like a diamond earring, and it's got some kind of power source inside it. We pick up 3 portable computers. There are 3 repair engineers that we check out their comm gear and sensor stuff, see what we can salvage. I forgot to mention the kids. We found the kids, and some of them were strapped to the altar. So we freed them. We've got the kids now. After all this investigation stuff, we head back topside and return the kids to their parents. There was some issue there with ropes and grav gear and stuff on the thing continued to collapse, that kind of stuff. So it was a little iffy, but we got them up there. We take a copy of the microcomputer, and again, some of the stuff's just not human going on here. And there's some weird art that whoever had this thing, they were following this art kind of deal. It's rather eclectic. Once we get back to town, we spend the night. 3 days later, the kids recover. End log. Okay, so that was one of our sessions. I took some pretty decent notes on. My next set of notes is a catch-up, so I may have missed a session. So we'll have one of these me talking to you kind of things and see if we can't get back to another Dylnn's log. But anyway, happy gaming.